Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're good. Welcome to the Monday stream. Uh, I hope everything is going. Um, Monday streams tend to be slow sometimes, but let's see how we go. I'm just gonna check if we are audible, and if you're joining, don't forget to like and subscribe. Before we go further, I'm gonna check the audibility, if that's a word. So, before we discuss a lot, gonna just quickly do our analysis, and then we're gonna speak about any other thing that it's killing me or I love. So, but anyway, welcome to the Monday stream after a hectic week last week with inflation skyrocketing, and not only in the US, but it looks like it's gonna affect the rest of the countries. What we see here, indication of an SMT here. As you're coming through, don't forget to like and subscribe. So this has taken we see Nasdaq, yes, they have taken an Asia low here, and then while S&P 500 have not taken the Asia session low. So that's something you need to look into. Interesting. Yeah. S&P 500 looks to be weaker, holding the 5 minutes for value gap there. Let's see the reaction on this 5 minutes for value gap. I'll wish for me to get long. I want to see Nasdaq taking out that high, because it looks like we've just swept the session AM low, the AM low there. We've just swept above. If it comes and take that, unless we get an invasion, then that will be something different. Because when you look at it, we get a high, a low, fails to take out that high there, and we're slowly coming inside this 5 minutes fair value gap. To get for me to go short, I need to see the market taking out that low. So what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna mark this high, put an alert there, and put an alert here. So let's see. Interesting here. Yeah, that's work, because that if it continues going higher, holding that 2 minute fair value gap there, holds that, trades above, close above there, that will be a retest to that high and then look for higher prices. So for me, I think that works for me. Yeah. I don't want a short, I don't want a long here, but I'll be patient. With that being said, let's go to long-term trading opportunities that we normally see. Okay, what position am I holding? Sorry. I think we've discussed this over and over again. I'm long Canadian against I'm long AUD CAD. On this trade, it will be very, very a bit of on Australian dollar against a Canadian. What am I saying? AUD CAD. Just have to be a bit careful here. The reason being we are holding that would be 75, looking for that higher prices, holding this support, looking for high to take out that high as well. So the first profit will be say I'm gonna look to take profit on that high, but I will just be watching it. So on a 4 hour time frame, as much as on a daily I've taken, but you look at that support as well. But and I'll discuss why I decided to go long on Australian dollar against the Canadian um, dollar. And there's a few things that we'll discuss about it, but another one that I'm long at, I'm short, it's USD. It's the dollar against the Swiss franc. I'm short also the dollar against the Swiss franc. Also holding that trade, and I'll also discuss why I decided to go short on the dollar against the Swiss franc. Those are the only trades that I have, and I think the rest of the limits I need to remove. Okay, something is happening with our trades. Let's just quickly go there. So I'm waiting for a closure above. If it gives a closure above, it confirms a potential long trade for me. But this will be on the day trading side, guys. Don't misunderstand what I'm doing. Oh, nice. Quotation. Should I take this? But now, if I want to take this here, mm, that would be that. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna attempt this trade. Can we see the 5 minutes? Oh. No, I'm not gonna take it. 5 didn't close above and it's been rejecting before. So if I take this, it will be a very risky trade. No, I'm not gonna take it. So we just sold and closed lower. So let me think about it. Let me attempt those below here. Okay. Okay, I went in to see. Immediately I saw the rejection. I went in. The annoying thing, we might not reach where my target is. I made stop loss below this fair value gap here, just to give it a premium place. So once it closes above here, yeah, yeah, went in on that fair value gap. Could even attempt to go up to here. Okay, let's wait and see. If it closes above this high, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even and see if we can reach this high. So far, there's a good direction. I'm just hoping the good direction continues. Um, oh shucks. Look at what I forgot. Oh shucks. So I entered my private account. I forgot to enter on, for some reason, forgot to enter on my funded. And now it's gone. Okay. Another time. Just gonna wait for a closure above. If it closes above this high, there maybe I'll put my stop in that low and see if we can get more continuation to that high. It's nice when it does this and give good momentum as well. Mhm. I don't like this move. This kind of rejection is something that I didn't want to see. We're going to retest on the entry side. Oh, I missed it again. Oh, Christ. I'm gonna just want to enter on the funded. Yeah. It's gone again. Let me add a limit because I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm busy data selling by this Shandy. So, um, but let me do this. Okay, it's gone. Sorry, guys, I'm just busy setting limits on my personal account, on my on my what do you call this? I'm back to break even. I personally do not like trade like this. Hold on. Uh, Here was not tagged. Oh, okay. Still waiting for the trade to play it out. Send it to close above. Once it closes above, gonna move. What does it? Oh, sorry. Oh, come on, man. Look at this barcode. This thing is barcoding. Let's wait for the power half past 8 South African time. But this thing here is barcoding. It's literally barcoding. So I'll just see if it's gonna give me something. Because, but yeah, it's just barcoding. Back to break even again. This thing is just not happening. That would be interesting move. Still coming down lower. I don't like the move down, hey? Oh, look at that. I don't like this. That is why my stop was not here. I don't think the trade will hold. Yeah, that's a really aggressive move. I don't think the trade will hold. I don't think the trade. This is too aggressive for it to hold, man. Because immediately we started rejecting at that high there. All these rejections were just alarming for me. Just so much rejections. Yes, you could have waited for the 5 to close above, as I said earlier, if you wanted to wait. But I thought I'll give it a try because if you wait for the 5 to close above, you'll still be safe. Because in this case, the 5 will be at that high where it's been rejecting throughout the day. So chances are it will give us a 5 minutes invasion there. Um, yeah, no, that's a very aggressive move lower. Closed above, waited for the close above. We thought maybe we can't give it a try on that low, but now as it's looking like you look at the S&P 500 2 minutes, the side on here, that's like a breaker. So it could give a retest there and continue lower. And once S&P 500 continues lower, I don't think this trade will hold. Sorry. So let's see. But I doubt. I honestly doubt. Because now we've broken. So with this barcoding, yeah, we've broken below the barcode, which more like a breakout of this resistance on a 2 minute, which it could give a retest back, a retest there. More like could give a back retest there and continue rejecting. Yes, we put our stop below the fair value gap. Just we thought the market might come back, sweep that, and some reason it still continues higher. Overall trend is short. We're just looking for this move higher, looking for higher prices this side. But as I said, if you look at S&P 500, if we were to look at S&P 500 now, left this breaker point here, as I said earlier, come retest that and continue lower to look for these lows here. That will be us out of the trade. I don't think this trade will hold. So we're looking for higher prices. Oh, come on. Okay. Come out. Let's talk about it and see if we have made any mistakes today. Earlier on, when we discussed the plan, was on the stream when we started, we discussed the plan was to wait for the 5 minutes closure above. Perhaps if you could have waited, not like me, wait for it close before and the retest, maybe you could have gotten a new trade there. Did you rush it? Perhaps. Didn't you wait for full confirmation? Yes, but the reason being is I thought this 2 minutes fair value gap after this break will hold to look for this eyes before anything else could have happened. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So taking a loss on there. And also there was this invasion that happened there. But it looks like we're holding this 5 minutes. Okay, I have myself to blame here. I rushed into considering a trade. Look at that. This 5 minutes fair value gap. Break of structure, 5 minutes fair value gap, look for lower prices. Possibility of this low here. That's what's happening. Let's see if we get that invasion. If that invasion closes below this 5, could confirm a short. I have myself to blame though. Overall trend for the day is short. I love how this 5 minutes, this 15 looks like. Look at that, just broken below this equal weeks, which confirms a shorter price section. I'm gonna consider a trade like this. Okay. I made a mistake today, and I think I paid dearly with money for it. I think we have discussed that a lot. That if you make such stupid mistake like I did, you pay. Trade like this will make sense now. Oh, sorry. I need to look at your comments. So I'm just gonna look at comments here because I tend to forget. But I'm gonna consider shooting here, and I think yeah, today I made a huge mess. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt shots. Gonna attempt shots. We still have enough time. By soft brim, there's a breaker here, so I'm considering on this breaker. Yeah, to look for this low. Did I mess up my first trade? Yes. Was it necessary? No. Did I pay? Yes, I paid. So I tried to long on this fair value gap, and I had myself to brim. Because if you look at the start of the stream, we did discuss the idea that we need to wait for, yes, we're holding that 5 minutes fair value gap there, but uh, I should wait for a close above this barcoding thing that is happening there. Unfortunately, um, for some reason, I got too excited, and which I paid with money. As you get too excited, you tend to pay with money. I'm going to be transparent here. I didn't pick up, as I said, overall trend is short. We clearly see a break of structure lower, coming back to retest that 5 minutes fair value gap, which others call it support. We could hold that support and look for continuation lower, unless we've closed above this blue line, above this current resistant area. But for some reason, I thought it's a good idea to short there instead of waiting for a short opportunity on the invasion of this five, which now just happened. We got an invasion of this five. Now it's the time I'm like, oh, overall opportunity that I've been like possibility of a trade. It's happening, but I've already taken a loss. Unfortunately, you pay dearly with stupid moves that we tend to take sometimes on a live market. Do not forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Ah, looks like the continuation is going lower. Oh, come on. So it doesn't decide to reject there. Wow. Okay, it's gone. It's not gonna come back to my entry point. It looks like it's gone. It looks like it's gone. It's not gonna come back to my entry point. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow. Uh, uh, uh. So I'm just reading. Oh, come on, this thing is got. I'm gonna remove my limit now. I'm gonna remove my limit. Just waiting to see what happens as it takes out this low. There is lower prices that can come to, but just S&P 500 take out of this low. I'm interested in that. I'm interested in this. I see what I missed it, yeah, but I know it's fine. Okay. This trade didn't play out. We still have taken one loss today. Just gonna look for another opportunity if it do rises. If not, we have serious matters to discuss. Credit. Mm, is some sort of SMT here. You can leave a comment, guys. I'll appreciate that. Mm, let's see what's gonna happen here. A move like this would be appreciated. A move like that would be appreciated at this point in time. Let me just quickly get a cup of water. I'm coming now. Coming. Let's see what happens here. It's something looks to be cooking. Looking if it does something like this, I will attempt it. If not, I'm not. Because I see what's happening here. So there's news, guys. So there's news, ladies and gentlemen, which is funny news. But let's quickly show that up while waiting for that to play out. Look at that. And I didn't know about this, but yeah. Musk loses God battle against Altman. Tesla falls. So Tesla slides about 3% on a Monday after Elon Musk has lost a court battle against OpenAI, if I'm not mistaken. So this is interesting. He was in a court battle. I didn't know about this. But let's see how Tesla shares look like now. Look at that. S&P 500 is still sliding down. That follows suit. Okay. So if it rejects and come back high, I'm gonna attempt low. But let's see Tesla. Let's see Tesla. Just Tesla. Oh, look at Tesla. Hmm. Sorry, Tesla is doing something I love here. Holding the 200 MA. Tesla is a good buy. Gonna attempt Tesla. It's a good buy. Can I buy Tesla before market close? Look at that. Oh, Tesla. Break above holding that. I'm tempted. Okay. Something is cooking. My trade is about to play out. And I'm busy. Yeah. So, yeah. Gonna attempt to long here. Oh no. Might have gotten a bad fill. Mm, come on, what happened there? Might get a bad fill there. Okay. Oh, this thing has made me give me a limit. Okay, it's fine. I'll enter on a limit. Oh, I hate this. I'm gonna try long for the last time today, and I might fail to take that trade. That's one thing I hate about this. But I'm gonna hold on to my limit. I wanted to enter on market price, but that's quite high now. Let's wait and see. If it pushes lower and then try to get us in. Oh, Christ. Oh, God, come on. I was busy looking at Tesla when this happened, that break above, because this would be where I was supposed to have gotten my long. This thing is gone, and I can't get that fill. Okay, let me do this. gonna see if it's gonna come back retest there. Ah, no, it's gone. I'm looking at S&P 500. It's rallying to the upside. I'll say a story after this because if you get a fill there, I don't like the full way it is. Yeah, I don't like it. I just wanted to, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Gonna enter market price now. Oh, shucks. Another limit. Am I ridiculously serious? Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, okay, it's exactly where I wanted to enter. Okay, let's see. I went long. Retest of this break. I love that it's a retest of that breaker. And there is this fair value gap here. So let's see how we play out for the rest of the day today. I can take profit here. Trust me. Let's see something. I love the move on. Oh, S&P 500 looks very strong compared to Nasdaq. Let me see as we test this higher, if we will test that high. I'm long. Look, there's a lot. I'm long. We'll discuss on any other trade that we'll have in the about the swing positioning and why I've taken it. But for now, I just thought, as we're talking about Tesla, something so this opportunity came through. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, shucks. Just reminded me. Uh, Sorry. Yeah, looks like we're on a drawdown. If it takes me out, I'm done for the day. Mhm. Yeah, let's watch and see the trade. Looking for a reversal. I love trading reversal. I've picked up that I love trading reversals. I don't think this trade will hold either. Truth has a very strong short momentum. Yeah, it's not gonna hold. Looks like now we're looking for the supports here. If we're to look at the daily. How that I think overall momentum is short here. Try to long twice today, and it looks like the overall target was this low today. Mm. If that five closes like this, it's not a good thing. It gives a total different scenario here. Speaking about another break, confirmation of shorts again. Yeah, I've been ridiculous today. Decision making, but bad. Yeah. No. Ooh, I see. Okay. I think I've been ridiculously stupid today. Today I took bad decisions. First trade and second trade went against my plan. I'm just gonna be trying to be transparent with everyone because at the end of the day, I'm paying with my money. So I'm just responding to a text. Oh, sorry, it's just responding to text. Okay. Okay. Oh, I've been speaking about. Okay, I'm just looking into Tesla. Let's see. Just want to look at something here. I mean, Tesla is down 3% today from their quad ruling, so we're looking into that. Oh, look at our trade. Go up, come back there. Oh, okay. I think Tesla. When I attempt Tesla, honestly. Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing my thing. Sure, just that's expensive. Damn it. Okay, our trade doesn't look like it's gonna hold. I'm almost out on this trade now, and I'm done for day trading for the day. If this takes me out, 1 points away, I'm out. Yeah. Okay. 2 trades, 2 losses for the day. Yeah. And then let's discuss Metis day trading. We're done. Let's discuss things that are of importance. So we took 2 trades today. All of them end up on a loss. Uh, First, I went long on this 1 minute support. Yeah, honestly, that was my mistake. Looking for continuation to retest the previous daily low. It failed, came lower. I was like, okay, I had my limit there. Again for a short, couldn't get the short. Move lower, took out this low as not more like a sweep there. Broke above with good momentum. I thought, okay, we're gonna hold that support again for longs. Both my longs today didn't wake, so I've taken 2 losses, and I think I made a mistake. I need to take accountability because the idea before I went long was to wait. Let's wait for a 5 minutes closure above there, but I didn't pick up that, and later on I just picked up that overall trend is lower. We have a 5 minutes fair value gap that has been holding, that has been backwarding on, and I was supposed to be looking for the short to that low, and that didn't happen. But um, let's discuss trades that I have for long term. Okay, let's start about it. The first trade that I have, anyway, Astitini. Okay, I'm long Australian dollar. I'm long AUD CAD, and Roughly to explain why I'm long, we'll discuss that. I'm long AUD CAD, for which I'm happy with the trade, to be honest. I'm happy with the trade. What's happening here? Okay. I'm long AUD CAD. I'm short Swiss franc. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's start. You know, sometimes if you're still watching up to this point, you are getting the integrities of why I decide to trade and why I love swing trading. And we'll discuss it and tell you my ideas of what I'm looking for. And let me record this. I think this I'll have to post separately. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Okay, I'm using a platform. Okay, so based on I'm short Swiss franc, I'm short AUD CAD, and that's the current trade that I have. And reason being, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah. So according to the H finder, we are long AUD CAD because giving a bullish rating. Overall, I've been saying this and for a while now that money it's not money, but yields in terms of the currency and the strength of the currency as the Australian dollar, reason being inflation is high in Australia, where the Reserve Bank in Australia possibilities are starting to price in to say we might previous one we got a rate hike and possibility of getting another rate hike because of high inflation with the war as well. That ripple effect of that, it's we're still gonna have the world inflationary problem throughout the world, and in that sense and in this case still benefit the Australian dollar to be more bullish and the Canadian dollar to be more bearish, given the fact that Canadian dollar is directly or closely linked with indices, I mean, with commodities. But now, when you look at the top, the H finder, you're looking at AUD CAD, which is quite bullish. You can AUD and ZD, for which I didn't like the technicals. I went long on AUD CAD, and with that, it will be very nice for us to really look into the Australian economic heat map and discuss why I am literally short. I mean, literally long, and we go through that. Ah, come on. What did I do here? Ah, everything is frozen. Here we go. Here we go. Stock market, Australian stock market is extremely bullish. But anyway, look at that. When you look at the GDP growth. GDP growth in Australia, you look at the previous one was the forecast was 0.7, and what was actually reported 0.8. That's a surprise of 0.1. That's still bullish for the currency. And in a way, when the economy is still resilient like this, in the midst of high inflation, yeah. Remember, the previous CPI was 4.8, current CPI, The current one that was reported was 4.6. That was 29 April. That was 4.6, which is still inflation is high. Uh, that gave us a slight pullback, but that doesn't change the fact that we are literally bullish in terms of overall direction when you look at inflation, and the yields are bullish. And also unemployment rate is still relatively moving at the same space. But one thing to note is the inflation. Inflation is increasing. That's when we started to see interest rate hike in Australia, and that's very bullish for Australian dollar in relation to the Canadian dollar. And when I'm saying in relation to the Canadian dollar, because I'm literally taking long AUD and shorting the Canadian dollar. And why am I shorting Canadian dollar? Pardon my view here. I think I'm lagging. I am lagging. You need to pardon me. So when you look at the Canadian dollar, GDP growth was a miss. You look at inflation, we still at 2.4 in relation to the 4 point something. Yes, worldwide, there's inflationary problem, but in this context, comparing the two currencies, Canadian dollar it's a bit weaker, and we know that Canadian dollar moves with commodities like your gold. And when you look at current gold prices, when you look at the current gold prices, this is what you see. Current gold prices, current gold prices, it seems to be coming lower, as you can see there. So the gold prices are coming down, and that you can see with a Canadian dollar is also coming down. But in this case, Canadian economy is struggling. Inflation is not as a big of a problem as much as as much as in Australia. That's why we have seen Australian the Reserve Bank increasing rates, just trying to cap inflation. Uh, Basically, that is why I long IUD CAD. I can go back and forth and discuss a billion of things here. We can discuss a billion of things as to why. I think everything just froze. I think I'm struggling with my PC. Okay. My PC is extremely slow today. Oh, come on, dude. Okay. Um, we'll still see as they're coming down. I see an update. Trump said won't be any attack on Iran. I don't know what's happening here. Everything seems to be freezing on my side. Oh, come on. But anyway, if it doesn't want to move and cooperate, we have a problem. But anyway, so that is why I went AUD CAD. And let's just look at the Forex scorecard and see exactly where everything is. And I went short Swiss franc. And Swiss franc is something that we need to discuss thoroughly, because for me, yes, the dollar currency on itself currently it's very, very strong currency given the fact that yeah, everything is slow. I hate that. Yeah, yeah, everything is extremely slow. What happened? I'm just waiting for this to open. So I'm recording something that I'll post, a video that will be shorter. So basically I'm live and recording at the same time. So you can join me on a live stream every day during the New York PM session. I said I'm short USD franc, right? Oh, come on, man. Really, what's happening? USD session. It's back to neutral. But anyway, now it's back to neutral. When I took the trade, it was bearish. And I know why it went back to neutral. It's because the US inflation is out of hand. Oh, come on, man. I can deal with such a slow PC. But economic growth, when you look at PMI forecast, we seem to be very bearish on the dollar. Labor market also slightly neutral. Institutional positioning seems to be moving into a dollar, and it makes sense why institutional positioning it's moving into a dollar. That is why we've moved from bearish to neutral, and the reason being, and the reason why institution when you look at the COT data weekly changes because inflation. So we have seen inflation rising, we have seen the yield going high, and it's giving we've seen the 10-year yield going up. We've seen inflation going up. As inflation go up, we start to have a possibility of the Feds in the long term, if the war persists with these higher oil prices, we starting to have an idea that we might get rate hikes possible in long term. Not currently, the Feds now might keep the interest rate the same because the US economy looks a bit resilient. But now, from the time when we saw the inflation reading to now, we have seen what Nasdaq coming down. Nah, my PC is low. My PC it's low. So we see Nasdaq coming down. So we see indices coming low. I think today is down 0.4%. From then, from higher inflation market, from higher inflation when it was reported to now, we see about 3% down for now. So that's something that we should look into and notice that is it an indication that we're gonna move risk off asset and start to eye on the yield side of things. Because when you look at this, it's just trying to show us that you could be moving into risk on assets. Oh Christ, this thing is slow. I know it's low. My PC needs to be restarted. So we have short here, and I'll explain why this short is interesting for me. And Trump has just said there won't be bombing for. I just saw in a feed now, a news feed now, saying that there won't be any bombing of Iran tomorrow. And also there's a bit of news that US is still, it looks like there is a bit of agreement in terms of US will lift the Iran, I'm looking for the right word, Iran oil sanctions. So that's what dollars coming lower, Canadian dollars going high. But anyway, we've discussed that. So I think I'm over the way, all over the place, and I'm being disturbed at the fact that my PC is slow. But this is exactly what we have currently. I'm short the dollar against the Swiss franc, and we've discussed that. But take note, 10-year yield. 10-year uh 10-year bond yield. Look at that. Oh, come on. Look at that. Look at that. 10-year yield is up about 4.6% already. So we see this movement into yields and bonds, into US bonds. Into US bonds, given that inflation is higher, higher oil prices. So basically, literally everything is expensive. And we might get rate hikes long term. Not now, but we might rate hikes if the war persists. I don't think Trump wants